Hi guys, so we are back again at Lulu's Cushion to enlighten us about the maintenance of a sewing machine. I've done an intro on the maintenance of sewing machine, which is a short video, but now I'm going to expatiate on what do you mean by the maintenance of a sewing machine. First, like I said, maintenance is like servicing, the same thing as servicing of your machine. If you service your, whether be it industrial sewing machine of any type or a manual, also called a treadle sewing machine, your machine will be reliable at any time of the day at your space. That's the essence of maintaining your sewing machine. So the first thing is cleaning. Cleaning is a regular activity you have to do on an industrial manual sewing machine. It's good to clean your machine at any point in time. Maybe when you finish sewing for the day, you will make sure you clean your machine. You can clean the head, the table of the machine, the leg of your machine, because the machine stand on a table and the leg. So you can clean every component of the industrial or manual sewing machine. Wiping down the exterior part of a machine is very, very important. That's what I just explained. So the next thing is lubrication. What do you mean by lubrication? Applying a oil to a machine. That's what we mean by lubrication. Machine oil. We have different type of machine, and we have different type of oil that fit into different type of machine. So if you're having a manual sewing machine, there's this oil you use to make sure you put on the tip at the edge of the head of the machine. If you are using an industrial sewing machine, you should know you are going to pour in. There's a cage underneath the machine where you pour in your industrial oil, so that you measure the gauge and you feel like the gauge will give you the expected area it's meant to reach, and you stop. Because if you put too much of oil in your machine, it can cause damage, and if there's no oil in your machine, it causes damages. So you ensure that your machine wants to operate in a smooth way. You have to lubricate your machine. The third part is inspection. Inspection is checking every aspect of your industrial sewing machine, be it manual sewing machine too. You check the needle part, you check the thread passer, you check the needle holder. Yes, you have to check every part. If your machine is sitting well, if the tilt of your machine or the feet of your machine is sitting well too, you check every part. So the last part is examining your machine. You have to examine the belt. Every machine has the belt. The belt is connected from the motor of your machine. You can also call it the engine of the machine, to the wheel of the head of the machine, whether be it an industrial sewing machine or a manual sewing machine. So it's good for you to examine your sewing machine if it's working well before you start the day use of the sewing machine. So for me, I try to maintain my machine like twice a month. We have 4 weeks in a month, so twice a month I maintain it, and I do full maintenance. I check the oil gauge, I do the cleaning. But for me, cleaning mostly, I clean mostly all the time. When it comes to the table of my machine and the head of my machine, I wipe away the dust through my wiping sheet, or you can use a clean cloth to clean your machine. Mostly don't use a wet cloth, because your machine is made of iron. So a clean cloth will do, or you can get a cleaning material from supermarket to make it well clean, and it won't damage the metal of your machine. So thank you. I hope I've enlightened us on how to maintain our sewing machine. So in our next video, I'll be showing you on the way to maintain it from every exterior part to the interior part of your industrial sewing machine. So I have a full tutorial on that too. Thank you for following us. Follow us more on Lulu's Cushion on TikTok, Lulu's Cushion on YouTube, and Lulu's Cushion on Instagram. Thank you. Bye.